Hi, everyone. It's been a while since our last feature release Fireside Chat, but that doesn't mean the new releases have stopped rolling in here at Tripleseat. Quite the opposite, actually. Since the start of 2021, we've seen a total of 12 feature releases, with many more in the pipeline for Q2. So obviously, we can't talk about all of the amazing releases because we'd be here for hours, but we've chosen a few highlights to share in more depth with you today. So first, I'd like to reintroduce a few of my favorite people from our product development team here at Tripleseat. So welcome back to the Fireside Chat stage. We have Caroline, Nikki, and Lee. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
I can't wait until we can all film these together. Well, Lee, you'll have to visit, but Tripleseat HQ again in front of our fireplace, hopefully sooner than later. But yeah, it's great to just be back and to be sharing these videos with you guys. So let's kick it off by talking about the refund reasons release.
Awesome. So many people have been asking us for this for a while. And we kept hearing like, well, why are we refunding? Is it because of COVID? Is it an overpayment? Did they not like something? Like people are just curious about like what was going on and why they were having to give back their money. So if you are using our online payments, you are able to do refund reasons for your now when you refund money, which is awesome. And once it's processed, it's actually displayed in the little modal for you.
That's great. And is there a way to report on these reasons?
Yeah, so on the payments report, there's going to be a new column option for refund reason. So as Caroline said, whatever note you put in there for the reason for the refund, you'll be able to see that right on that report.
That's awesome. And is the feature automatically enabled for all accounts?
Good question. Yeah, it's important to keep in mind this is only available for customers who are currently using online payments. So in other words, customers who are processing payments and refunds directly through Tripleseat. If you have online payments enabled and would like to set up the refund reasons, that's all just done in settings, preferences, dropdowns, and the reasons are completely customizable.
That's awesome. All right. So the next update I'd like to talk about got requested so much when I worked in support. Let's talk about the PDF update.
Oh my gosh, what a big release. I feel like I've heard it forever here. So now when a document is signed, the PDF will automatically save. I know, mind blowing. And it will go directly next to the layout, which is awesome. This is a request we got all the time, as you guys are hearing, and it's going to help improve the legality of your documents and your e-signatures.
Yeah, so like Caroline mentioned, the saved PDFs are conveniently stored right within the document layout, and users are now going to see a versions button that they can click on, see all signed versions of the document. And even if a document is later deleted for any reason, users can still go back, click to see deleted documents, and all signed versions are going to be there.
Wow. Well, I feel like the usefulness for this update is so extensive. Like not only is it going to save our customers a ton of time, but it also, like you said, Caroline, enhances the legality of Tripleseat made contracts, which is huge.
There's another part to this feature too that Kennedy, we would hear of us all the time in our support days, not just because a document is signed, but the event manager just wants to save a version, right? So maybe an event manager wants to save a version of a proposal and they want to be able to reference that later, but they still want to work on their document template in the meantime. We always had that option to PDF it and drop it in the right-hand side of the events page. But now you can actually just save a version. So in that same version spot that Lee was talking about earlier, you'll see any versions that you manually decided to save and any signed contracts. So it keeps that area really nice and clean and gives you all possible versions that you might need.
That's great. Well, there's a ton, obviously, that goes with this feature release. And we did write a blog post on it, and there are TSU videos to go along with it. So if you want more information on this release and how it works, screenshots, and like I said, videos, then you can go to tripleseat.com/blog, and the post is there, and you can learn so much more about this release that we're all really excited about. But surprisingly, this wasn't the most significant release we had this quarter. So let's talk about DirectBook, which technically was released last quarter, but we did have many updates that were released this quarter that go along with DirectBook. So let's talk about those.
All right, Mike.
Just start with what DirectBook is, right? So for those of you watching who aren't exactly sure what DirectBook is a way for Tripleseat venues to offer a seamless way for their clients to book online. So they get to start with choosing their event style. They get to select the date, the time, the location, for on-premise, even the room that they want to book in. Then it brings them right through to their menu selection. And that includes food and beverage, obviously, but you can also have like audiovisual add-ons or any sort of enhancements that you offer. And then it brings you right through to authorizing your payment. And all of those event details go directly to the venue. So it really does save the Tripleseat venue a lot of time. It gives the client instant gratification of doing all of that in like a 2-minute time period. And then, of course, it is going to generate a little bit more revenue as well because it provides that so instantly for our users.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Direct Book was first available at the end of 2020, and we did do an entire video dedicated with Jono, dedicated to Direct Book and all it entails. But we did add a ton of updates to Direct Book in Q1. So can you tell me about those updates?
So one of the updates we did was being able to give our users packages and sell private events that way.
Yeah, and a package can mean a few different things, right? So like you could think of it in the very traditional sense of the word, like a package for $50 per person for a PDR dinner. And the host gets to narrow down the menu to 2 apps and 3 entrees and a dessert. And then when the guests get there that night, they have that shortened menu and they order off of that. Mm-hmm. It could also be something like a lunch catering pickup, where you're picking a salad and maybe 3 types of sandwiches and maybe a side. So we still have those items for kind of a la carte options, but we added the ability to have a package, whereas really within that set price, if there is any sort of selection to be made, you're able to kind of build that out now, which is really nice.
Yeah, and another update we made, kind of make things a little bit more user-friendly, was the design of menus on the public form. So guests booking an event used to have to tab through all available menus, but we wanted an easier way for guests to be able to see all of those options without adding a ton of extra clicks. So now when guests are scrolling through all menus, they can simply just click on the menu title and it will jump them to that specific menu. But also they can simply scroll through all menus if they want.
Yeah, it heightens the user experience for sure. I've been looking at that release a lot with the menus and it looks really cool. And it's definitely easier to read and understand. So I can see obviously how all of these would make the booking experience even easier for our clients, which is what Direct Book is all about and why we built it in the first place, or you guys did. So let's move on to another Direct Book release, which had to do with reporting.
So we added Direct Book menu item and package reporting. In this report, we'll allow users to run a simple report and see all menu item and packages for all Direct Book events. Most users already know how to mass print documents, allowing users to use all their Direct Book BEOs easily. And this report enables users to look at all the data in just one place.
That's great. Yeah, it's pretty cool too, because there's a few different use cases for it, right? Like, so when we were thinking about it, the first way you think about it is for like prep and ordering. So you're going to be able to see the report and you're going to be able to see everything you need for the weekend. You can even see modifiers. So let's say you have like chicken skewers, but the chicken skewers have the choice of sauces. You can see how many picked barbecue sauce versus how many picked peanut sauce. So you can really drill down on that report quite a bit for prep, for execution, and for ordering. After the fact, we built in the option to hide event details and hide those modifiers. So you can use it on a little bit more of a higher level and kind of analyze your data for maybe the last 6 months. What's selling, what's not selling, where did we see certain trends? So it's really nice that report you can kind of use in a few different ways, and being able to hide those event details or only see the primary selections. Those are brand new capabilities to our reporting here at Tripleseat.
Yeah, I think that's huge, especially right now. It's a higher level look at what is working and what's not working, especially since so many restaurants are changing up the way they're doing business. Those reports, I think, are super important, and I think they'll be really useful for our clients. And also, as just an FYI, not to sound like a broken record, but you can find another blog post on the Direct Book reporting release at tripleseat.com/blog. And there are screenshots again and a TSU video. And I had a lot of fun writing it because I was playing around with the reports a lot, which was really cool. So a lot of our customers have been using Direct Book for their catering orders, especially right now. So let's talk about a recent catering update that we made.
Yeah, so as a direct result of COVID, we've been focused on expanding our catering capabilities a bit. Last year, we did introduce event styles to the lead form, allowing customers to submit an inquiry and indicate whether they're looking for an on-premise event or something off-site, a catering event.
In a sneak peek, we're expanding these event styles to be available on the event level as well. We will have on-premise like our users know and love, but now you're going to have the option for full-service catering, pickup, and drop-off catering.
Our direct book customers have been using these already because they kind of go hand in hand with direct book, and they're absolutely loving them. And now we're going to be expanding them to just all customers for Tripleseat.
That's really awesome and exciting. And I love the way they look on the calendar, just FYI.
Yeah.
So are there any other updates that support these new catering options?
There are. We also just released calendar updates to help users manage their different event styles. So when on the calendar, users can now filter and color by event style. We all know how much event planners love to live out of their calendars. So these updates allow them to see the different types of events at a glance a little bit more easily.
Which is what I was saying before I jumped in. Sorry, Lee. I just love the way they look on the calendar. I don't know why, but maybe it's just nice to see new colors on the Tripleseat calendar.
You're an event planner at heart, so the fact that you organize your calendar is still exciting.
I got so excited about it. Okay, so switching gears a bit, a few new updates were introduced for EventUp this past quarter as well. Can you guys tell me about those?
Sure. So first off, we've broadened the EventUp marketplace to include venues outside of the United States. So EventUp is now available for venues in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. We added foreign currency support for an address, phone number, date formatting, along with a 24-hour time display to make this possible. This update also required some GDPR adjustments for individuals in the EU, so that visitors will now need to accept cookies to agree to their information being collected.
And we also recently added some additional venue types and amenities to EventUp. Now your EventUp listing will better align with your options that you're used to from your Venues by Tripleseat listing. Currently, your EventUp listings automatically update based on your changes to venues. So you may have noticed that your event types, amenities, venue types on EventUp automatically updated to match Venues by Tripleseat. If you'd like to make any changes to these selections, you can by logging into your Tripleseat account and managing your venues listing site in under settings.
Obviously, I want to chime in about direct booking, right, too, because that's what I do. So we also added direct booking to EventUp. So not only are your customers able to, prospective customers put in that inquiry through EventUp, which is so valuable, you're now able to add a direct book button to your listing as well. So the same way they just hit, it's a book now, and they are brought through that same process. And as you guys know, if you're a Tripleseat user, you automatically get EventUp if you have an active venues listing. So you just add that direct book form to your venues listing, and then that auto syncs and adds it to your EventUp listing as well.
That's great. And then, again, blog posts. Just pushing the blog here for more information on how to set that up and what it looks like. And there's videos and all that fun stuff. So I think that was a big release for sure for all of our direct book users. And if you're not currently using direct book, now is definitely the time. Because of the pandemic, this would be like an add-on feature that you'd have to pay for, but right now it's not going to cost you anything extra. So don't wait until that changes. Definitely head to tripleseat.com/directbookinfo for more information on how to get your direct book form rolling, because you don't want to miss out on that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, to say that you guys have been busy is certainly an understatement. And it's great to know that you have been taking the current climate in the hospitality industry seriously. And you're coming up with new features that help our customers now and will continue to help them in the future. So that's great. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Now is the time that I would normally, call for questions from the live chat. But since we were unable to record this live, unfortunately, because of, the awful working from home internet situations, if you have questions, you can always reach out to support. You can check out those blogs I told you about. And we will have more of these feature release Fireside Chats coming up. We're going to do one quarterly. So the next one will be in June. And we definitely have some exciting features coming out in Q2. So definitely stay tuned for more. And again, big thank you to you guys for joining us today. And thank you for all your hard work. And of course, thank you to our customers. We know that you've been through a lot this past year, and we hope that the addition of these new features in Tripleseat will be able to help you and the hospitality industry as a whole make a comeback in 2021, which we're all looking forward to. So, thanks everyone for listening, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye.